already, man. Just trying to get you ready for the weekend. A little bit of Neil Diamond, Sweet Caroline. 447-6409 is the number into the dialogue room this morning. We're going to switch gears a little bit. Got three members of the Rhythm Kings in the house. Known Ted Hofman. Congratulations on the Chamber Award, by the way.
Thank you.
Sidney George, lifelong early resident Thibodaux. Ain't seen him in probably 30, 40 years. He's in the house. And, of course, Jim Mitchie, who was here earlier, used to work with KTIB, I think, right?
Right.
And WDSU
and I'm
Channel
from
6.
Labadeville.
And originally from Labadeville. So
Yes,
everybody's homegrown here and looking forward to the great time we're going to have tomorrow. Of course, the 15th is finally around the corner, 2 to 5. If you don't have your tickets yet, make sure you get them. You can get them at, of course, they're on Ticketmasters. You can get them at Hoffman Music. You can get them at Sidney George Jewelry. You can get them at Coastal Bank, and you can get them at IO Ogeron IO Accounting Services if you haven't already picked them up. But it's going to be a great afternoon tomorrow at the Civic Center, of course, Thibodaux, Louisiana. And guys, thanks for coming on. Thanks for being with me this morning. Everybody's getting fired up.
Oh, wait a minute. You forgot something.
What's that?
You're the master of ceremony.
Oh, yeah, but that's minor, man. You guys in the show, all we got to do is to introduce. That's easy.
That's big stuff.
That's easy. You guys got the real show and the real job. And again, of course, as I said, what a great afternoon it's going to be. Listeners, let me tell you how this kind of got started. And it started as a reunion last year with kind of can I call it impromptu, I guess?
Yeah, it was. It took us a while to get together, and it all started with me finding an old newspaper clipping, a photograph of us playing at the Woodman of the World Hall. Okay, back in the 52.
The Sunday night, man. I remember them days.
1952. And I looked at that and I saw Sidney, and I hadn't seen Sidney in over 30 years. I said, where are these people? So I started making phone calls. And lo and behold, we found everybody, and that's how it came about.
Unbelievable.
And of course, Sidney and I are the two founders of the band. We actually started.
You started it.
Yeah, we started the Rhythm Kings, yeah.
And from that point on, last year, had a reunion and had a concert, had played at the
Had a jam
at
session.
Pelche Park.
Jam
You thought
session.
you'd play for 30, 40, 50 minutes. Ended up being
2 hours.
and 200 people showed up.
More than that, I think. There was standing room. We were shocked, and a little afraid because, we hadn't played in 50 years, That's a long time.
That's all. You better believe it.
Well, somehow we winged it. But of course, Sidney, he's never put down his horn. He's always been he's still a working musician. But me, I laid my trombone down for 50 years, and you know what happens when you pick it up?
Oh my God! First of all,
not much. Not much.
First of all, it's heavy.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
And of course, I want to get right back to Sidney, but before we do, Ed Ogeron locally kind of instrumental in getting this thing started last year. Had him on the show several times, and lost him along the way this year unexpectedly.
November 28th. Yeah.
Man, what a great friend, and I still can't believe he's gone. I really can't. I'm waiting for him to call me and say, did you remember to do this? You said you'd talk about, he just took this thing from day one, and miss him a lot.
That, here we go.
Miss him a lot.
He did so much work. He went ahead, out of his own pocket, bought these T-shirts for the band.
I'll be darned.
To wear tomorrow. And we're going to induct you now into the Rhythm Kings as an honorary member.
That's about as close as I'll get to being a musician, I guarantee you that.
And, for you folks,
thank you very
the front
much.
of it, it's a black T-shirt, and it's got on it, Relive the Fabulous 50s with the Rhythm Kings.
Thank you so much.
So,
in fact, I'm wearing it tomorrow.
We are too.
I'm wearing it tomorrow. Anyway, you mentioned Sidney, and of course Ed's with us. He's just not here, but he's with us. And you kind of let me just start it off, and you go from there. Of course, you were with the band originally, and kind of hung around playing music with your brothers.
Yes.
And then moved to the West Coast.
Yeah, I moved to California.
And that's kind of the last.
Yeah. Moved to California like 68, 69. Started playing with different groups over there, and actually it was some of my best times that I can remember going to California. Maybe I can mention this one time when we first got over there. it was like 2 or 3 in the morning. So we go to we went all the way down to Sunset Beach, you know, all the way down to Sunset and Pacific Coast Highway, and it's like 2 or 3 in the morning. So we're in a Winnebago. That's how we had the band, and so about 6:30 in the morning, I hear a knock at the door. I go, oh man, the police are here, man, because we're in Venice Beach, right? Nobody else. I open the door, it's Bobby Darin.
Oh, you're kidding.
Yeah, at 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning. The first day I get to California. It's Bobby Darin. He goes, well, you guys ready? I go, well, ready for what? He says that he was making a movie called The Vendors. And I said, we're a rock and roll band from Louisiana. I said, he thought we were studio guys because we were in the Winnebago. He says, I'm making a movie and you're going to be in the movie. So I got to California at 2 in the morning. By 8:30,
you had a job.
9 o'clock, I was in the movies.
True story?
That's true. Bobby Darin, man. And he helped us get situated.
You're
with
kidding.
gigs and all of that, and it just went on from then.
And you stayed there for quite a number of years,
Oh,
huh?
yeah. I was there till 75.
And where are you now?
I'm in Tucson, Arizona.
Tucson, man, I
Been
lived
there
in...
for 25 years.
Wow, I lived in Sierra Vista.
Okay.
Yeah, I was at Fort Hoochie Coochie for a couple of years,
That's
2.5 years.
Great place.
It is.
Man. We play gigs out there.
Let me tell you, that whole area is nice, and I could see why you chose it as your home, because second to Louisiana, that's where I live. I mean, it's just a great...
Well, you got to come over and visit.
Yeah, I will. In fact, my wife and I are trying to... We're talking about going back. I hadn't been back since 1971 when I left. We're talking about making a trip and going back. It's just a great area. Of course, with the tragedy, there's no reflection on Tucson, with the tragedy that happened last week with the nut, you know, the crazy guy. But, I mean, other than that, Tucson and that whole southern Arizona area, just a great place to live. Great place to raise kids, too, believe it or not. And, of course, we got Ted Hofman. Ted, first of all, congratulations on your award.
Thank you.
And you stayed home.
That's right.
He went to California. Jim ended up in Bethesda, Maryland.
Right.
Of course, he was a big TV guy in New Orleans, and then less from there. But you stayed home.
Actually, a small TV guy.
My roots were too deep to pull them up. Now, I want to mention early enough so that people will be aware of it, that tickets will only be available today at the Civic Center. Because
thanks for telling me.
We have a limited number at the music store, and Sidney George is no more. Now, Casa has a few left. So if you check before noon, you'll be able to pick up some from Casa, but after that, it's at the Civic Center or at the door.
Good question. Day before yesterday, can we buy tickets? We can buy tickets at the door. There will be tickets available at the door.
And there will be tables available, but it's on a first-come, first-served.
Okay. No reservations, no nothing. Okay.
And I just wanted to throw in that Ted has done an awful lot of work on this project too, working with Eddie together. And he's when Eddie passed on, Ted just picked it all up, and I don't know how he's done it, but he's done a beautiful job and getting us set up,
Absolutely.
and so on. So, and of course, Casa is a benefit, as you know, for children in need of a home.
What a great organization.
Yeah.
Great organization. Hold on, let me grab this call. Good morning, you're live, KTIB.
I don't know about the rest of the world, but I can't wait. Chomping at the bit to get to Saturday at 2 o'clock.
I know.
And I told Ted last time I saw him, I said, man, I'm looking forward to this so bad, y'all better be good.
Well, we practiced enough. I hope we will be.
I tell you what, I can't wait. These guys are some incredible musicians, man, and we've got plenty of them in this area.
Hey, you're right. And it just jogged my memory when he said Woodman. Man, them guys were my heroes. Back in those days is when I think Moosey Gorey kicked me out of the band and said, look, if you got to stay in it, you got to play bass drum, because that's about all you can do, and that's what I did.
I was teasing my wife. I said,
man.
You didn't know you were married to a rock star, huh?
Those guys, the Rhythm Kings may have been one of the reasons I misspent a lot of my youth playing music. Well, y'all be good.
Thanks, man.
I'll see you Saturday.
Hey, listen, I'll call you today. We'll try to get together Saturday after the concert.
Works for me,
You
baby.
got it, brother. I'll call you.
Bye.
All right, bye. Take us back a little bit. And you mentioned the Woodman, and of course that was in the 50s.
Yeah, we started in 50.
Okay.
Actually, the band, Sidney and I were playing music before the band had a name. And at the Woodman of the World in 1952,
We had a contest.
yeah, we had a contest, a battle of the bands, and of course that was to decide whether we would play at the Woodman of the World or another band. Well, we won, and then we had a name contest. And Bobby Crochet, who lives in Napoleonville now, won the contest, and that's how we got the name Rhythm Kings.
Well, I'll be doggone. And of course, played at the Woodman. Where else? As you, I mean, you went. This was a pretty good place to. You could get some gigs back there.
Well, up and down by LaFourche.
Napoleonville, Donaldsonville,
Yeah,
the club in
Labadeville.
Potans,
Right.
and those guys, those
Yeah.
places.
And in La Rose at the what was the name of that place? Big dance hall.
Yeah,
It's no longer there.
It's not Safari.
The balcony?
Bellevue.
Bellevue,
Bellevue,
okay.
yeah. And then we were at the Fun Pavilion in Raceland, and we played, a lot of high school proms and, stuff like that. And of course, we've got 15 members, surviving members right now, and 6 deceased. And the band didn't have, 21 members.
No,
for
people came
11
and
years.
came and went. Yeah.
I left in June '56. You left. I don't remember.
56.
And so people came and went. They went to school. They went to service. They, went to work and so on. But a total of 21 played with the band at one time or another between 1952 and 1963. Did I get that right?
64.
60. Oh, okay. Beginning of 60.
Played the college in?
Oh,
Did
yeah.
you played the college in regular?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. We drew them from Lafayette, Baton Rouge, New Orleans every Friday night.
That's right. And, back then, and I was talking to, Johnny Perkle and Carol Abeck. Carol grew up, of course, out in Carolyn, married Carolyn Moore, one of my schoolmates. But we were talking one day, and that's why I mentioned it. There were quite a few bands like the Rhythm Kings in the area that were damn good. That ran the circuit from Grand Isle to Plaquemine. Plaquemine was a hot spot, from Grand Isle to Plaquemine along Highway 1. Billy Arsenal played with, I forgot the...
Imperial.
You got it, yeah.
I remember that. I remember all those.
Billy comes on once a
Just
month.
like it was yesterday.
Really?
Oh, yeah. How could you forget those good times?
And then Zeke, Danny and the Durrells was another one that came along.
Yeah.
But there were several, 4, 5, or 6, but you guys that just ran that circuit and kept everybody entertained for great entertainment, for lots and lots of years.
Right.
Hang on a second, let me grab this. Good morning, you're live, KTIB.
Hey, Daddy.
Hey,
It's Kristen.
hey.
Wait, this is Mr. Jean.
Yeah, you got that. What's up?
I was calling to share some information I had about a collection we're taking up at Crossroads.
Okay.
There was a terrible apartment fire, and there's a family in need of some children's clothes, and we're Crossroads.
Hey, I read that in the paper yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know much about it.
What
but,
can the public do to help?
We're looking for children's clothing, boy size 18 to 24 months.
Okay.
It says 3T to 5T, and a size 5 shoe. All the information is on the Crossroads Facebook,
Okay.
and our staff's willing to go out and pick it up if you just have some stuff but you don't have time to come run it out to us.
Okay.
We have staff members that'll go to your house and pick it up.
Okay.
They're looking for girls stuff too,
Okay.
like 7 to 9, size 7 to 9 little girls, and they're looking for school clothes too, like school uniforms. So if you have some used uniforms, and and you want to get rid of them and don't have time to come out, just give our office a call, and we can come by and get them.
Okay, I'm going to get on the email. I'll get on the Facebook today and talk to you about that. Number one. Number two, wasn't there a problem with a child with some breathing issues?
Yeah.
What do we need?
Like I said, I'm not too familiar with the story, but our executive assistant, Helen Terrebonne, it's a friend of hers.
Okay.
And I was at the office yesterday, and she had asked me to share the information.
Great.
I tried to get in touch with her this morning, but I couldn't, so I was just calling to pass it on. There is a child with special needs. Again, they're still in need of school uniforms.
Okay.
And we're collecting all that. So
I'll call Crosswords, and we'll do something next week real quick.
please, that'll be
Thank
great.
you. You bet.
Thank you so
All right.
much.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.
447-640. And yeah, that was a tragedy. It was in the paper yesterday, listeners. I'll put out something Monday on that. But getting back to, we got the Rhythm Kings in the house this morning, talking about the concert tomorrow, and just kind of setting the mood for you because, you know, back in the day, when you talked about playing the College Inn, you talked about playing the Woodman, you talked about playing Raceland, Labadie, that was some big old nightclubs. I mean, that was some big old juke joints, so to speak, and packed in, you know, a lot more than 20 or 30 people.
Well, but you know, what we did at a couple of those places, more than a couple, we would work for the gate. We'd play for the gate, or a percentage of the gate, remember that?
Yes.
And sometimes...
Nobody showed no money.
Sometimes, that's right, that's right.
50 cents.
We got half.
We got
Hold on, let me grab this call. 50 cents. Good morning, you're live, KTIB.
Hi, I'm not sure that Kristen gave the phone number for Crossroads, and I want to make it easy for those people who are interested in donating.
Okay.
It's 446-5004.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right, bye-bye. 446-5004. Give him a hand, they need some help. I read that in the comment yesterday. But the gate was 50 cents, and you got half.
Well, I mean, after all, gasoline was 25 cents a gallon.
That's true. Things were different.
Yeah.
But, and of course, all up and down the bayou. Back, all of you had jobs, right? Or in school.
Yeah,
You know, so you
yeah.
did this.
Right.
This was a good weekend thing.
Oh, yeah.
You know, a good way to pick up a couple of bucks and keep you occupied.
The Women of the World was really wanted to do something for the kids.
Oh yeah, that was 6 to 9 every Sunday night. Yeah.
Actually, too. So we had a great time, and thanks to the Woodmen of the World giving us that place to kind of like everybody from Houma, Labadie,
Oh, absolutely.
whatever, we'd all show up there. Well, within 2 weeks, we had 800 people. In fact, the roof from downstairs they had so many people dancing up there, the roof particles would drop off into the bottom floor.
And you could feel the floor shaking.
Yeah, so they had to actually, after 2 or 3 weeks of us doing that, they actually had to put some supports under the first floor for the thing. You know, that's how many kids we had up there.
You know,
And KTIB was broadcasting live, so you could hear it on the radio. So
Oh,
it
yeah.
was like,
We had a live remote there.
it originally started on a Sunday afternoon, huh?
That's
Wasn't it
exactly.
afternoons, and then it switched to nights? But back in those days, it was Sunday afternoon.
Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
I saw your email. Leroy Martin was a big part of that.
Well, Leroy and I worked at the station part-time. I was a teenage disc jockey. I was 15.
Here?
16 years old, you know. And I'd come in during the summer especially and dial up the transmitter, you know, which is way out, you know, wherever.
It was in Shreva then, yeah.
And so Leroy had Saturday afternoons. That was his deal, you know. And so I'd stay on with him, and he and I had a show together called Marty and Mitch. And then he got the bright idea, you know, he knew we had a band, and Leroy had a band too. He said, look, why don't you bring your people up here, and I'll give you 30 minutes out of my afternoon. So we went up there, and we did live broadcasts on Saturday afternoon for 30 minutes. You know, the
Well,
band.
I'll be there.
And that's what really gave us a bump in promotion.
Radio
Yeah,
station.
the radio station. And then, well, they did a couple of remotes at the Woodman of the World also, you know. So KTIB figured heavily.
That's unbelievable,
Yeah.
man. You know, of course, back then, it just goes to show you how media has changed. And, of
Yeah.
course, you were in the media. You made a career of it. But this was it. There was 6:30 on the dial then.
That's
This
right.
was it, way back when, AM.
Voice of the Golden Delta.
Wow.
Oh, you always had to say that.
That was the word.
KTIB, Voice of the Golden Delta. That's right.
But that was it. The radio and the newspaper, and I mean, that was it. There was no internet. There was no 24-hour TV. Well, very few people had TVs back in the early 50s. No TV news, no nothing. So the radio was it. And I remember, I still, Sidney was talking, you know, when you talk about Leroy Morton, I remember this was rural back then, but all of the farmers used to listen to the early morning weather and the noon news. The noon news was brought to you by Leonard J. Toops Insurance Agency. I'll never forget that. My daddy faithfully listened to the noon news on KTIB every day.
That was a big
And
news
I'm like,
cast.
oh man, I mean, that was, like I'm telling you, that was it. There was nothing else, you know.
Yeah.
The radios were such that you couldn't get much of the New Orleans stations, or I mean, this was it. So, yeah, that was a long, long time ago. So the instrumental of course, with the Rhythm Kings, you know, the WOW switched to night. Then it went from 60, it used to go, I think, 8 o'clock or whatever at nighttime, of course, and then the fire many, many moons ago, and that kind of, I don't think it was ever the same since. You know, but that old building, I never realized that old building held those kinds of kids, you know, that many kids at one time.
Well, they had to reinforce the play.
Yeah, incidentally, Leroy Martin's going to be with us tomorrow.
Great.
He's coming tomorrow.
Yeah, you know, I want the opportunity to talk to him because I met him. I saw him at the LaFouche Centennial. I said, man, I need for you to come on the show, and things got. I want to reintroduce myself and make sure I get him on this show in the very near future.
I'm sure he'll love it.
Yeah, you bet. Let me grab his call. Good morning, you're live, KTIB.
Morning, Jay.
Good morning.
Hey, that's where I did my sparking.
You did your sparking.
Yeah. But no, I want to put that announcement into that Louisiana Honor Medal that the American Legion Post 83 in Lockport will be from noon to 2 p.m. on January 18th,
Okay.
2011.
Okay.
And you need your 214, and you can get a copy of the application over there.
Okay, I'm glad you called. I have a veteran that called me last night that needs a ride. So if you call me at 688-2147, 688-2147, I'll hook you. I don't want to put his name out on the air. I'll hook you up with him. He would love to go. He didn't get his medal, and he needs a ride. I didn't give him a medal either, but I can't. I'm working on two, so I'll get mine through the mail. But anyway, give me a call. Thanks for calling. I appreciate that. Did it sparking? That's what it was called back then, sparking.
Oh, is that right? Yeah.
Hey, we thought we were making out back then, buddy. Wow. Many moons ago, I tell you. I don't even know if I can get a spark today, Ted. Hang on. Good morning, you're live, KTIB.
Hey, Win, this is Gibbs.
Hey, Giboon.
Man, you got a group there, I tell you.
Oh, yeah, I got a group up here this morning.
And they were all in there, like 12 years old when they started. They're all so young like you,
Yeah,
you know.
right.
I don't know why they didn't get Gene Richard on there.
Because I couldn't play music, that's why.
We're going to induct him into the Thibodaux Music Hall of Fame tomorrow. Boy, that's going to be great.
Great choice, too.
Yeah, that's right. You're right. It's going to be a great afternoon, I tell you that.
I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a great...
I called Obama, and he hung up on me. I called the general, and I emailed the Pope, and they're all coming.
They're not...
All right. Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't mind having the Pope, but Obama in general, I don't know about it.
Jim Mitchie and Sidney George all across the street. Boy, I tell you, it's really making Thibodaux so excited. Get ready.
Yeah, it is. It's going to be... And Ted was telling me tickets approaching...
I'm over 600 right now. I'm
Unbelievable.
Sure from the door we'll have at least 1,000 people, and
That's
people
unbelievable.
can come out and spend a minimum amount of $10 to really help the children out, plus enjoy some
Oh,
good
absolutely.
music.
I want to see Gene Richard dance. That's what I want to see.
That's not going to happen. You see Gene Richard talk, but not dance.
The tickets are for anyone 17 and younger, $5, and for adults 18 and older, $10.
That's wonderful.
And these are donations, really, to CASA, volunteers who work with the courts in the state and across the nation. It's a national volunteer organization, and what they do is they help the courts find a decent home for neglected and abused children.
Yeah, that's wonderful. All right.
Unbelievable.
Okay, see y'all later.
Thank you, buddy. All right, bye. You know, you're retired. You live in Bethesda.
5 years ago.
What did you do for you?
I retired from U.S. Customs.
Ooh, you're the bad boy.
Oh, yeah. I spent a lot of time on the border, including the Arizona border, but I didn't know Sidney lived there. And also the Canadian border. And I retired with 27 years service, federal service.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. It was interesting work. I was in D.C. when 9/11 happened, and that was a traumatic experience.
I can only imagine.
Yeah.
I can only imagine. You're in Tucson, Sidney? You're still working, or you're...
I'm working for a jewelry company down
Okay, great. Stayed and kept in the family.
That's what I've been doing. Even when I'm playing music, I'm going to the jewelry store during the day anyway. I live two lives. You know? But it keeps you going, man.
Oh, yeah, and Ted, of course, right here, still working.
Yeah,
You don't
I'm
even
part-time
slow
now.
down.
I do the
Yeah,
sound
right.
systems for this.
Really?
We design and install sound systems, and we did 2 or 3 at Nichols and Edie White and Thibodaux High.
Wow.
So we've done quite a few sound systems in a lot of churches.
Unbelievable. So everybody's basically still active. I'm looking at you. I know you're active. You ain't no couch potato. Otherwise, you
Well,
wouldn't.
you know, I got things going, you know, a few irons in the fire, but, you know, basically I'm retired.
I also have a CD on Camille Pappy Landry, the saxophonist.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's great.
That guy's good.
He's good, yeah.
Wow, unbelievable.
Yeah, we got him
be
and
there.
Sidney tomorrow, so
He'll
you
be
can
there.
imagine what that's going to be like.
Man, that is... in fact, I need to put it in the mix so that I can play it more. But, you know, you're going to be... Well, that's going to be a great combo tomorrow. I mean, listeners, let me tell you. It's going to be cloudy. It's going to be cold. You can't work in your yard. You know, the fishing ain't going to be real good. Hunting's just about over. Go to the Civic Center tomorrow afternoon. That's the place to be, 2 to 5, I'm telling you. You can buy tickets at the door, as he said, 17 and under $5, 17 and over $10. Hear some great music, relive some great memories, because, you know, and I tell my kids this all the time. What kind of songs are you listening to today that's going to trigger a good memory 30 years down the road? None. You know?
Yeah.
None.
Well,
But, you know, most of the music you play, and when I listen to the oldies, it triggers a memory of something that happened to you or some situation you were in many, many moons ago, you know?
I had someone tell me music has redeeming value if it's remembered, and they'll never remember what's going on today.
You know, that's right. That's right. Let me just, and I'm not going to run down the list. Earth Angel, this is tomorrow now. Got My Mojo Working, Night Train, Pledging My Love, I Hear You Knocking, Cherry Pie, Every Day I Have the Blues, I Got a Woman, Blueberry Hill. Man, I mean, hey, listeners, place to be tomorrow, I'm telling you. The Rhythm Kings, not only are you, it's going to be a great time, some great memories, great music, but you're helping a great cause in CASA for court-appointed special advocacy for kids that need assistance, you know, that maybe their parents fell by the wayside, and they've got court appearances, and individual volunteers. We had I forgot the lady that came on, but we had her on last week with Ted when we were talking about the Rhythm
Tammy
Kings concert.
Gibson.
Tammy, that's her, came in and talked about the great things that these volunteers do in assisting the child. And you're looking for some volunteer work. You're looking for, you know, some way to spend your time, whether you're retired or not. She gave us a list of what to do. You can call that number and get involved in that, because that is a real special program doing really special and great things.
and they depend very heavily on
Amen.
public
Amen.
donations.
Amen. Is everybody in or coming in, or
Everybody's in.
everybody's in?
Yeah.
And you guys are going to play today, rehearse today?
We're rehearsing today. We did yesterday and last Sunday, and we're trying to get it together.
You got lip still, man, after all that?
I'm still working on the lip. I'm not going to do anything fancy tomorrow.
The group has a what I call a family meal at Freeman's at 11, and then we go to the store and practice from 1 to whatever.
However long you can last.
Right.
Now, look, everybody get a good night's sleep tonight. Don't be bar hopping. All right?
Oh, no.
Don't be up late. Everybody get a good night's sleep
That's
so
for
you be
sure.
top-notch
That's
tomorrow.
For sure.
Have we covered all the bases?
Think we have.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, we want a big crowd.
Amen.
We want a big crowd.
You know, it
So
pumps
come
you
on
up. You know,
over.
I mean, it gets you pumped.
Yeah, we want to see. Well, we want to see you again too. You know.
And we're going to see you
Oh,
tomorrow.
I'll be there. Don't worry about
The
that.
bigger the crowd, the better we sound.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. That's for sure.
Civic Center tomorrow afternoon, listeners, 2 to 5, the Rhythm Kings. Hey,
Thanks, Gene.
oh, thank y'all,
Thank you
man.
so much, Gene.
Believe me, it's my pleasure.
Appreciate it.
Hey, listeners, we went overtime, but I don't care. It's for a great cause, great people doing some great things here. Hey, TGIF Day, everybody have a great weekend. God bless you today. God bless you every day. Do something nice for somebody. Tomorrow, 2 o'clock, Civic Center is the place to be. And we'll see you live here Monday on KTIB.